here. In our Western medical system, we know all about disease. You know, remember disease, they're spelled D-I-S space E-S, disease. But we have no idea what health is. If you ask a Western trained physician what is health, he will be scratching his head 10 times. Oh, you know, it is it's a good food, you know, good nutrition, adequate rest. But we'll show it to you how it's a profound definition of health. Balancing your body, mind, and spirit is health. If you look at a baby, healthy baby, what does a healthy baby looks like? Healthy baby will eat, poop, and sleep. A healthy person will have a strong digestion, easy elimination, good night, dreamless sleep. Dream is activation of your mind. So let's look at a little bit of our daily routine and yogic lifestyle. That will be today, and also we'll talk a little bit about your psychophysical body type, which is your doshas. So let me go here and see if I can share. If you can guys see the slides, if everything is okay. Either I may not be able to see when all the, let me see. Let me go to a full screen. You can see. Do you guys see everything? Why I cannot do anything with this? Here it is. No, but this one, I want to get into this one. I got it now. Now, all of you can see my slides. Okay, if I don't hear it, I cannot see any of you because my screen is my slide. Okay.
Yep, got it.
You got it. Okay. So daily routine. You guys can see me on your gallery view, or you know, if you see me, you will see me at the one of the side pictures, but I don't see myself. I can see myself, but that will cover my slides, you know. So let's see what a health is, what is daily routine is. What Dinacharya means, we call this is a best preventive medicine. This is a, you know, one of the slides just to show it to you that in 2017, we have an association called International Association of Yoga Therapists. They have their annual program that is called a SITAR. That's called Symposium of Yoga Therapy and Research. And they asked me to present, this was the title of the talk, One Day at a Time, Dinacharya, daily routine as a daily yogic routine is the best preventive medicine. No question about it. Whole yoga and Ayurvedic yoga practice is the art of daily routine, and it's a preventive medicine. It will treat the disease, but next, the disease won't come to you. So in a health, comparing between West and East, in West, WHO stands for World Health Organization. World Health Organization, a committee for wellness, defined health is a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, and not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. Later, a spiritual wellness was added. Interestingly, this definition was adopted in 1949, 48 or 49, but still for the last 70 years, still the same definition holds. There is nobody. But if you look at it, this definition came from Ayurvedic definition. Health in Ayurvedic medicine, as I said, Ayur means longevity, Veda means knowledge, and we call it a operating manual for a physical body. When you buy a car, it gives an operating manual. When you bring this body in this earth, you get an operating manual. We'll talk about tomorrow the 3 famous books. They call it Samhita. Samhita is a collection of books. Shushruta Samhita is a surgery book, and it defines health is a balance of your body, mind, and spirit. That's what we do, so many balancing poses. Even if we do a, say, cow face, Gomukhasana, you put the hand on this side, hand on this side. When you are balanced, you'll see both sides will be equal. When not in balance, you'll see one side feels different than the other side. Body free of morbidity, no illness in the body. Mentally happy and spiritually elevated. A simplest to the simplest to the simplest definition. This will sound like to you, whatever you can say, it's a Latin, Greek, German, Sanskrit, but slowly and slowly you will understand. Ayurveda defines health, samodosa. Samo means balance. Dosha means your body type, Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. All the 3 Vata, Pitta, and Kapha are in balance. Sama Agni. Our body has 40 different types of Agni. Agni is your fire inside the body, which keeps us, giving us the cellular intelligence to perform. That Agni has to be in balance. Ka means and. Balance body type, balance fire, digestive fire within a body, and samadhatu. Dhatu means your body tissue. According to Ayurveda, there are 7 body tissue. Body plasma called Rashadhatu, blood is called Raktadhatu, muscle called Mamsadhatu, fat called Medodhatu, bones and joints called Astidhatu, nervous tissue called Bajjadhatu, and reproductive tissue is called Shukradhatu. All the body tissues are in balance. Malakriya, all of your excretion, your stool, your urine, your perspiration, all the toxic material inside your lung has to be eliminated effortlessly. The moment you make an effort for a bowel movement, you're in a ill health. Constipation is the root cause for all the underlying disease we have. Prashanna Atma. Atma is your soul. Prashanna is content. Your soul is contented. That means you are happy with what you have. You let go. You're not holding anything inside yourself. Indriya Mana. Indriya means your 5 senses. Mana is the mind. Mind and 5 senses are all connected. Shasto iti abhidhayate. That's called a health. Balance body type. Balance fire inside of our body called tejas. Balance body tissues. Effortless excretion of your, we call them malas, the excretion of your stool, urine, perspiration, and residues in the lung. Soul is contented, 5 senses are connected to your mind, that's your health. And remember, in whole yoga and Ayurveda, body and mind is interconnected. it produces a wellness. Wellness is called the art of self-healing. It's a state of mind, a way of being. It's an awareness we carry with you all the time. Wellness is individual and it is under your control. People say, I want to practice wellness. Very simple. Physical, mental, and spiritual wellness. And let's see what that wellness looks like. A physical wellness is a diet, exercise, and adequate deep rest. We call it a restful awareness. That's a meditation and restful sleep. Diet is very simple. When you come and show it to you in Ayurveda, you will see Ayurveda says we have 6 tastes in our food. Ayurveda doesn't talk about your protein, fat, or carbohydrate. In West, we have a 4 tastes: bitter, sweet, sour, salty. Ayurveda has 2 more. One is called astringent. Astringent is called a puckering of your mouth. Like if you put a little bit of say, strawberry or tannin. There is an Indian product called amlaki, Indian gooseberry. Put in the mouth, your mouth will constrict. Another called pungent. Pungent is the heat, like the chili. When you put a chili, there's a different taste. Japanese have a different taste called umami. So diet basically in yoga is that timing. We'll show it to you. Lunch is the main meal. You're part of the universe. The food is to be digested, and the lunch is the main meal. And how do you eat? When do you eat? The body type, Vata, Pitta, and Kapha also present in your day. It's called the daily routine. Morning 6 to 8 is called a Kapha time. Kapha time, your digestive fire is very poor. So Ayurveda says you have a small breakfast, totally opposite of Western concept. Western concept say, breakfast like a king. Ayurveda says breakfast is just a water and a few almonds, 6 almonds. Between 10 to 2 is a Pitta time. Pitta is your digestive fire. So he said, if you want to have a good breakfast, move it, come to close to the Pitta time, between maybe a little bit before 10, between 9 to 10. 10 to 2 have a lunch. Lunch is very simple. He said, just have 6 taste and 7 coloring fruits and vegetables. 7 coloring means your color of your rainbow: violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, red. Don't eat only green, green and green, red, 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 yellow, yellow. They're all kinds of fruits and vegetables. If you're a meat eater, nothing wrong. Ayurveda never says you have to be vegetarian, but portion size, small portion. In West, we all talk about diet, calories. You should have to have a less than 2,000 calories. You have a 10 calories per pound. If you have 140 pounds, you have 1,400 calories. But Ayurveda says just eat, listen to your body's signal. If your contentment is at 1 to 10, eat until about 6 or 7. And we'll talk about it a little bit more and more, and you will see. Exercise, Ayurveda says, and you should exercise, but you should use your relaxation response. Exercise says you should use a muscle contraction. You should use a muscle relaxation. You should use the balance and strength. And generally in exercise, if you do a muscle contraction, especially if it's a treadmill, weight training, Ayurveda says it lasts for about 24 hours. You do every other day. Myself, I practice yoga every morning and every other day, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I do a little treadmill, I do a little weight training to keep my bones and joints and muscles in order. Deep rest is you are always in a state of meditation. The blood pressure, heart rate doesn't go high up. Meditation is not sleep. Meditation is you get the effect of sleep. Effect of sleep is a profound relaxation, reduction of your body temperature, but you don't fall asleep. But during sleep, what is called a restful sleep, when you go to sleep, there is a lag period. It is between 10 minutes to 30 minutes. If you go to bed and fall asleep right away, you are sleep deprived. It takes about 10 minutes for you to fall asleep. And if you're not falling asleep by 30 minutes, you're getting insomnia. Two kinds of sleep. One is called REM, rapid eye movement, another called non-REM, non-rapid eye movement. REM sleep is still, mind is still awake. Non-REM sleep has 4 stages, stage 1, 2, 3, 4. First 1 and 2 is almost about 50%, 3 or 4 is the deep sleep. Basically what you need is a deep sleep. So it's not the 6 hours or 8 hours of sleep, it is how much deep sleep you have. So if you have a sleep tracker today, if you wear a sleep tracker, you will see, it will give you the light sleep, deep sleep, how much deep sleep you have. You have to have a deep sleep. And we'll talk about sleep a little bit more and more. A mental wellness, most important mental wellness is called effortless ease. What the effortless ease, you have a dis-ease. And the treatment is effortless ease. Whatever you do, you make no effort. I'm sitting down here, I am not making any effort. I'm talking to you, not any effort. In fact, am I talking to you? Yeah, I'm to look at the slides and talking because it's a quieting down, but essentially, I can close my eyes, I can tell you the same thing. That's what yoga is a relaxation. Let go phenomena, don't hold on to anything. That's a mental wellness. Somebody comes, scream and yell at you, it's his problem, her problem. He didn't sleep last night, he had a fight with his spouse, You are fine, you are okay. So there's a lot of things you can do. As I said, stress going to stop, breathe, reflect, choose, support group. But in all flexibility of creativity and consciousness, see, people who are suffering from mental health, a person who goes to the same restaurant, order the same food every time. It's good, nothing wrong in that. He likes that. But try something else. Try a different restaurant, a different food. I love walking in the beach. It's fine. Go ahead and start walking in the downtown also. Balance yourself. That is the most important health. Maintaining a youthful mind, very, very important. All the people in your age now, like in my age, you said, the only thing they will talk about how many medications they're taking, how many doctors visit they have, how much bank balance they have to support their retiring life. Forget about this. Enjoy time with your next generation. Go and play football with them, basketball with them, I mean, you're not competing, you're enjoying. Talk to them. Keep learning with time through different activities. People say, how can I have mental wellness? Learn something new, learn a new language. When a COVID-19, you are at home. Learn something new. That is a mental wellness. Changing perception of the body, age, and weight is so important. There is nothing called your chronological age. There's a physiological age. Yeah, somebody at 70 looks like 40, or somebody at 40 looks like 70, but it's a mental age, how you feel. I always tell people, always think young and act young. I would say, it's a funny thing, but it's so working. I said, if you're in a treadmill, before you start, they have to put you, let's put your body weight, let's put your age, to get the proper your results from your treadmill. So put down chronological 10 years younger, put down 10 pounds lighter. Act like that, feel like that, and you will see what happens. Cognitive behavioral therapy, rethinking, journaling, it's a fascinating concept. Most important thing about spiritual wellness is the impact of belief in the physical body. There is a book called Physiology of Belief. I have the book here somewhere. It's a fascinating book. A belief, say you have a belief. You believing on me, that's what you came to the class. I believe on you. That's what I'm saying these things to you. I go to the church, I go to a temple, I go to a mosque, I go to a synagogue. Not that I have a faith and I have to go. I have a belief that if I go there, I have a support system. That is the people support group. If I have anything, I can go to my preacher, I can go to my priest, I can say this thing, and this will happen. So mind-body connection through love and love. Emotional toxin is so important. Let go. Don't hold on to anything. And most important way to get rid of emotional toxin is the communication. Why he said that, why she said that. Sit down and talk, get it over with. Accept forgiveness, eliminate toxic relationship. A lot of things happen. So a disease, what we can look at, we call a cardiac disease. We treat by external intervention, pharmaceutical support, we do surgeries, we do give a medication, a lot of other things. Illness, on the other hand, is that what you feel. That's what we call a mental illness, treated by self-care, lifestyle modification, and wellness. So illness, we always say illness starts with I. I is the ego, and wellness starts with we. We is the oneness. I always say you change I to the we, and you're in a profound sense of wellness. In Western philosophy, health is absence of disease. Go to your doctor, they will check your blood pressure, check your heart rate, they will do a mammogram, they do a colonoscopy, cardiac stress test, everything is normal, you say healthy. Eastern philosophy says disease is the absence of a vibrant health. If you don't have the health, you have underlying disease. Wellness provides healing and health to resist disease. When you have a wellness, person like us, we practice wellness, disease doesn't come to us. As I showed it to you, we can sit down in a squatting pose and totally relax, spine straight, eyes closed, doing breathing out longer than breathing in. Guess what? I can guarantee you, it's a money back guarantee, nothing will come to you. I'm going to skip a few of the slides, so that you will understand, I mean, these are all the information I gave it to you, but we'll so can progress slowly. This is a curve for the wellness. Normally, we're born here or at the 45, and then, we are healthy at a certain point, and then we start to keep on going down. And if you live about, our average longevity today is about 76 to 78, so we are dead at this time. But if you practice a wellness with the aging, what it does, it causes your exit a lot faster. That means you are going to have age-related disorders. It's called a compression of morbidity, but you enjoy a good quality life. At my age, I'm enjoying a good quality life. What is going to happen to me, I am going to drop dead. I'm not going to be in a nursing home. I'm not going to be somebody else's burden. And I'm going to be having a nice, quiet exit from this universe. But if you're practicing a daily balanced body, mind, and spirit, what you get another spike in the quality of your life. You sleep well, you eat well, your elimination is well, you enjoy every moment of your life, and when the time comes, you are gone. Nobody's burden. The biggest fear we have today in my age group people, going to a nursing home, staying in a nursing home. And that fear is never going to go away. So as I said, yoga and Ayurveda looks at a baby, a good baby, healthy baby. Eat, poop, and sleep. So Ayurveda says, that you have a sign of health is a strong digestion, easy elimination, good dreamless sleep. Why? The dream is, called REM sleep, and thus the mind is active. Strong digestion. What does a strong digestion means? Strong digestion means, very simply, when a food is properly digested, it converts into your 7 tissues, converts into ojas, which is your body immunity. There is no toxic armor. Your blood sugar is normal, cholesterol is normal, all the blood chemistries are normal. But most important thing, there are some signs of digestion. There is no smell in your excreta. The stool doesn't smell, urine doesn't smell, your perspiration doesn't smell. Lightness in the body and mind. You eat some food, you feel heavy, you feel grounded, that food is not properly digested. After a good meal and digestion, you feel proper, your lightness in the body and mind. There will be no, even if you belch, there will be no smell. That means, that is called a good Agni, the digestive fire. Proper natural urges. We have a lot of natural urges. We cough, we sneeze, we pass our urine, have a bowel movement. It will be normal natural urges. Easy elimination. You will see the most important thing. First thing we'll see, we'll get up in the morning, we'll drink a glass of water, sitting in a squatting pose. If you sit in a squatting pose, your pelvic floor is relaxed. In your anorectal junction, I'll show it to you all the picture a little later, you will see near your anal and rectum where the stool is going to pass, normally there is a sling, there is a kink, so that when you're standing up, when you're walking around, we don't have any your incontinence, there is no accident. When you sit in a commode, there's still the kink is there. But if you're able to sit in a squatting pose, that sling is gone, your whole anorectal area becomes straight, and you get a proper elimination, proper bowel movement. And adequate hydration also helps it. But if we all have our commode, so it's a American ingenuity. The design was called your squatty potty. I don't know if you've seen that. I have some pictures. I have it in all my house, and I'll show it to you how the squatty potty looks like. You sit down in a squatty potty, you get a very easy bowel movement. Strong digestion, easy elimination, and good night, good dreamless sleep. So Dinacharya basically means, Dina means day, Charya means close, or Dinacharya means actually daily routine. And he said it's your preventive medicine. So this is your daily clock. In a daily routine, the morning 6 to 10 is called a kapha time. Kapha time, your digestive fire is little poor, you are grounding, and that is the time you want to do your morning practice. 10 to 2 is a pitta time. In the pitta time, your digestive fire is very strong, and you want to have your main meal at that time. So somebody asks you, what I'm going to shift my diet, and I say very simple thing. If first thing you do in your diet, we eat too much. So cut down your portion size and you shift your main meal to the lunch. Eat a very early dinner. Do not eat a bedtime snacks. Because when you are sleeping, your body is non-functional, nothing is functioning. So all the food you have in your stomach, they're not digested. That becomes a toxic material for your body. Coming back in the afternoon, 2 to 6 is a vata time. And we'll see in the afternoon, we eat fruits. We eat fruits as isolated. We don't eat fruit within our food. Fruit has enzymes which interferes with the absorption of trace elements. Fruit has a chemical which interferes with the metabolism, a lot of our medication. So this is a vata, means your mobile time. You need to slow down your practices. Again, in the evening, 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. is a kapha time. And that is your lunch time. Dinner time. Since your digestive fire is poor, you have a smaller dinner. Your dinner is small, half the size of your lunch, and generally about 2 to 4 hours before your bed. So if you go to bed at 10, you like to finish your dinner by 7. And I'd like you to go to bed by 10, so you can wake up between 4 to 5. Between 4 to 6 is the time yoga says is the best time to wake up. At the night, 10 p.m. to 2 p.m. is again the pitta time, which is your digestive fire is very strong. And what the digestive fire does at that time, digestive fire causes basically like a self-cleaning of your oven, and that's what your pitta time will do. Morning time, this is your 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. will be the time to wake up and continue your morning rituals. And I'll show it to you. And this is totally based on your circadian rhythm. And once you continue that, you'll be amazed in how good you feel in your daily life. And so a daily routine in yogic setup is you wake up 2 hours before sunrise, between 4 to 6 a.m. In the Sanskrit, it's called a Brahma Muhurta. Brahma means is a divine time. Muhurta is a time, divine time. Sattik is a purity of your air and movement. Fresh and pure time is a vata time and the best time to do the yoga practice. It gives you a nice peace of mind, freshness, and kapha is very slow to move. We want the kapha to wake up a little earlier. Pitta comes in the middle. Vata wakes up very easily because they're very mobile. And when you get up from the bed, don't get up in the bed right away. You sit down a little bit on the bed because for the whole night, your whole body has adopted in a sleep mode. So if you get up right away, you may have a postural hypotension. Your blood pressure might drop down. You might pass out suddenly if you wake up. So yoga says, whatever your faith is, say a little prayer before you get out from the bed. And these are the few things. Let me skip these procedures, but you come back that you look at your hand, look at your face, And you first see if you can sit down in a squatting pose. In a squatting pose, you will be drinking a glass of water, and I'll show it to you how to do it, primarily from a copper vessel. And you drink it in a gulp. You drink one gulp at a time. It starts your peristalsis to have a good bowel movement. When you have a water in your stomach, when the stomach stretches, your colon, the lower part of the intestine, starts to contract. It's called a gastrocolic reflex. And you get a better elimination. Once you get a morning first thing in the elimination, you are in a sense of wellness and health. And also when your urine is all, we say urine, stool, everything is clear. The worst thing you have, you're carrying a stool in your colon throughout the whole day. You don't have any proper bowel movement. And that is a serious sign of ill health. So here I am. I just wake up. I don't care. I'm on my, pajamas and on my, undershirt. And generally, this is actually glass, but generally we use what is called your copper glass, and we hold the copper glass, sit down in a squatting pose, and we keep on drinking. Like we sit down, sit. So wake up in the morning, you sit down in a squatting pose and drink from that copper glass in a gulp, one at a time. Let me see if I can see myself a little bit. Yeah, you guys can see me. So this will be copper glass. I'll be drinking one gulp at a time. After that, After that, I get up, I put my whole body straight up against a wall. This is called your Tadasana mountain pose. What it does, when you are sleeping, all the muscles are relaxed. Your body core temperature goes down when you're sleeping. The moment you get up, all the muscle tightens up suddenly. So when you get your body, literally, you first touch your ankle, then touch your hips, touch your back, and put your hands up. I do it every single day. Close your eyes. Then you breathe out longer than breathing in. You are in a profound state of relaxation. So wonderful experience, and unless you do it. All the back pain, knee pain, hip pain, you name it, they all come from the tightness. And this is a relaxation practice. Then after that, we'll brush our teeth. We'll be brushing our teeth. And when we brush our teeth, then we do what is a tongue scraping. Tongue scraping is very, very important. We always brush our tongue because tongue is your gateway. It's a gateway to your gastrointestinal system. Even coating of the tongue, when you do it, look at tongue coating, you know what is a body type. If it is a whitish, it's a kapha day. Even in the daytime, when the day is little rainy, cloudy, it's a kapha day. Sunny day is a pitta day. Like a fall is a vata time. Summer is a pitta time. After you brush your teeth, you have a tongue scraper. There is a all pre-bent tongue scraper. You scrape your tongue. There's one also with a copper. A copper tongue scraper you can do. There's a bunch of tongue scraper. You can get it all in the health food store. It's a steel, you can bend it and do it according to your, there's some plastic ones, and I have all of them. Plastic ones you can do. But most important thing is your nasal washing. It's called your gel neti. Why it is important? You are washing your face, washing your hair, but the most important organ you're going through is your nostril. This is your gel neti. What you do, you take one of these are your you can buy it, even they're called neti pot. Neti pot you can buy everywhere now. Even Walmart even sells a neti pot. This is the neti pot. You put the water, and it is so easy. It takes a minute to do, but it's a very relaxing. You put a little lukewarm water, and you put a little salt, non-iodized salt. Put it through one nostril, turn your head, close your eyes, breathe through your mouth. Initially, nothing will come out because you're very tight. When you relax, water will come out like a nice stream. Do it in the other side, opposite side. And generally I show it, I have done it also many times in virtually, but if you really want to see, I have a lot of them in my YouTube. You can go to my YouTube channel, you can see. Put the other side. Initially, it is hard to put a nose. You can put a little Vaseline here. It helps you. It will seal properly. Turn your face, breathe through your mouth, water will come out. And there's a lot of them. In fact, I have somebody even gave me one. Yeah, this is the copper. This is a copper neti pot. Copper has become very popular these days. In my hospital, all the hospital, your bed sheets, turning, all are copper impregnated. Copper is a iron which is a very important. If you don't have proper, let's see, yeah. After that, you had a good bowel movement. If you don't have a good bowel movement, there are 5 asanas yoga gives you. The name, Sanskrit name is called Shankha Prakshalan. Shankha is your metaphor of your intestine. Prakshalan means cleansing. It's a procedure. It's called kriyas, cleansing of physical body. I remember one thing, yoga is not only your asana, pranayama, and meditation. It's your daily routine. It's a lifestyle. And you can do a full Shankha Prakshalan. You keep drinking it. Drink 2 glasses of water and then do a 5 asanas. There's no bowel movement. Keep doing it. Drink another 2 glasses of water, do the 5 asanas. Slowly and slowly, we'll see with the half an hour, 45 minutes. Initially, you will start having a bowel movement, and it's a cleansing from the top down. And essentially, you'll see just the water started coming. One of my friends using this for your colonoscopy prep. Colonoscopy is nothing. Colonoscopy is 10, 15 minutes is all done, but its prep is a miserable. It's a miserable in the sense that these are the name of the 5 asanas which you do. And the asanas are first is called your upward mountain pose. Your up mountain pose, put your hands way high up and stand there. And we find it out with the radiological science, it helps moving your intestinal content. Sanskrit name for second one is called a Tirjak Tadasana. It's oblique mountain pose. Go high up all the way and then slowly go to one side. With your breathing, breathe in, go sun, come back. This is called your Kati Chakrasana, west rotating pose. Put your one hand here, other hand goes to the back. Take a deep breath in, breathe out, and slowly twist your body in the opposite side. We'll do the opposite way again. Other hand shoulder, and twist your body. This is called a Tirjak Bhujangasana. It's a cobra pose. You do a cobra pose, and then in a cobra pose, you turn, you look over your right shoulder towards your left foot. Do your cobra pose again, look over your left shoulder towards your right foot. And finally, what is called your massaging your abdomen, called Udar. Actually, Udar Karshanasana, massaging. You sit down, in your squatting pose. You take your one knee, put in front of one foot, other hand, push your left knee, look high up, and then slowly turn towards the left side. Do the same thing on the other side. Drop your right knee in front of your left knee in front of the right foot. Turn your right knee, and within a short time, you have a bowel movement. This is called your proper elimination. There are a lot of other asanas also to improve, to help in your digestion, igniting your agnis. So if you can look what I showed it to you, I'm showing it now. This is the first one. You can see it's called your Utthita Tadasana, upward mountain pose. Second one is oblique mountain pose, Tirjak Tadasana. This is called a west rotation pose, Koti Chakrasana. You can also do this way, put your hands in the front, breathe in and slowly twist your body and bring it here, the other side. And this is the one I showed it to you. Put your one hand on the shoulder, other hand to the back, twist your body. This is the third asana. Fourth asana is a Tirjak Bhujangasana. You get up into a cobra pose, look over your right shoulder towards your left foot, separate your feet, and do the same thing on the other side. And this is called a Udar Karshanasana, or churning your abdomen. Sit down in a squatting pose, put your right knee in front of your left foot, and turn your body to the other side. Same thing we're doing at the opposite side. When you do these 5 asanas, after drinking 2 glasses of water, you start having a bowel movement. This is a yogic technique for your internal cleansing. See, what yoga is saying, that you wash your face, wash your nose, wash your head. Why not? Wash your stomach. They will do a stomach washing your colon. Do your cleansing, your intestine, from top down or from the bottom up. So squatting, as I said, squatting in the toilet relaxes the sphincter and you get a good bowel movement. Yogi says, once you have a good bowel movement, you should do a washing with the water. I know we all use the paper towel, but these days the bidets are coming, washlets are coming. There's a very simple washlets are attached to your commode, and I have all of the washlets in my home. I have probably, here it is. If you look at it, what I'm saying, that if you sit down in a commode, that you have a kink in your, it's called anorectal junction. Here, if you look at my mouse here, this is a kink here. But the moment you can sit down in a squatting pose, it becomes straight. The rectosigmoid junction becomes straight. Very, very important for your evacuation. So this is the thing you have. This is my bathroom. I have all of them in my bathroom. This is called your squatty potty. Anybody heard about it? Anybody knows that this thing exists? This is American innovation. Somebody asked me, where do you get this? You know where do you get these days? called Amazon.com, Squatty Potty. Then I have all is called a washlet. I have this is over my commode called a washlet. It has the electric connection to the water, and it also has all the remote buttons. When you press it, you wash in the front, wash in your back. You have a jet pulsation. You can all do this. This is set up in the wall. You call a washlet. You clean your rear end after a bowel movement. And here is the advertisement for Squatty Potty. That problem in sitting, there is a kink. And when you use a Squatty Potty, your anal sphincter and rectum is straight. So bowel movement is better. I wake up in the morning, I drink a glass of water, I sit down, I have a perfect bowel movement every morning. I wait a little bit, but again, it took me some time. Remember we said a habit forming. Wash your face, wash your eyes. And we told you yesterday for the eye health, you can put something in your mouth, put the water, blink your eyes, is very good. And there's a lot of eye washes, and I gave it to the slides for you to keep. Brush your teeth. After brushing your teeth, massage your gum. Massaging the gum is very, very important. But if you take a little bit of a oil in your finger, because that improves your gum health. Anytime you massage your organ, it improves your health. This is an Ayurvedic product. It's a natural. It's called a neem, N-E-E-M, neem stick. When you do a neem stick, and this is a neem stick, when you open it up, it opens up like a brush. This is a natural. And you can use the neem stick to cleanse your teeth. And that's why the Ayurvedic practitioner cleans their teeth with a neem teeth. Now there's a product, United States, everybody can have a product. You can go to Banyan Botanical, that's your Ayurvedic product suppliers. You can get these neem sticks. As I said to everybody, you get a true lifestyle modification, which will totally change your life when you begin it. First, you do a tongue scraping, because the tongue represents the whole body. In the tongue, if you look at, the lung is both sides, heart is in the middle, that's your stomach, the colon. Any disease you have in the organ, it shows like there's a coating in the tongue. That coating, looking at it, coating is very important. So these are like a tongue scrapers. What I showed it to you, use a tongue scraper to scrape the tongue and look at the scraping, and you proceed from there. There are all the various, this is a copper tongue scraper. These are another fancy tongue scrapers. But I find it out, the brush doesn't do. Sometimes people say, use your toothbrush for tongue scraping. It doesn't work. You do a gel neti. This is a neti pot. Use a lukewarm water and a little bit of a non-iodized salt. Put it through one nostril, come out through the other nostril. After that, you blow both the nostril. You do a little Kapalbhati pranayama. Different posture. Then some water may be up in there, and you hit your head. All the water generally comes out. But throughout the whole day when you practice, you may have some water coming out. This is called a Sutra Neti. We do it. It comes with a little bit of a red rubber catheter. And with the red rubber catheter, what you do, initially, it's very hard because if you bring it close to your nostril, you get a little irritation, but slowly and slowly you get used to it. All the irritation goes away. You feel very comfortable. You put through slowly and slowly through one nostril, come out through the other mouth, and you literally, we call it flossing of your nose. People always say, why you do it? I said, why don't you start doing it? Your blood pressure goes up because you're irritated. Once you can do this, your blood pressure goes high up. Your boss can be screaming and yelling at you, you'll be fine. Your mother nature will be screaming and yelling at you, you'll be fine. Oleation of the nostril. You put a little oil inside the nostril because nostril gets dried up. before going to bed, I put a little oil inside the nose. You breathe through your nose. When your nose gets blocked, you breathe through your mouth, and that causes a serious sleep apnea. Insomnia and sleep apnea is a root cause of all of our underlying diseases. Another thing is called nausea. You can put a little oil in your nose. It's a wonderful Ayurvedic practice. They call panchakarma, 5 actions to do. You do this morning, it's called abhyangam. Abhyangam is generally you do yourself. It's called an oil massage. Oil massage your body. Then you take a little bit of a warm shower or get into a what called a steam bath, and you steam bath and the body is ready. You always use a little bit of a perfume in the morning. The perfume helps. You do the morning asana, pranayama, meditation. We said 1 hour of practice, 25 minutes of asanas, 25 minutes of pranayamas, 10 minutes of meditation. And in that prescription of 20 minutes each, these are the pranayamas you do. And in the daily practice, first we did today, start with a little Bastrika, which is an active inhalation and exhalation. Kapalbhati is a breath of fire, comes from the belly button. Anulom Vilom, alternate nostril breathing. Bhramri is the bumblebee breathing. Sitali Sitkari is the cooling. Ujjayi is a constricting of larynx. And Om is your basically we call it a meditative pranayama. Practice, we already went through it today, what the daily your pranayama does. So these are the practices. These are the vata balancing poses. See all the grounding poses below the belly button. Pitta balancing poses, all the asanas towards your umbilicus, because vata resides in the colon, pitta is the intestine, and kapha balancing poses, all the poses. Yeah. I want all of you to find these asanas. Tomorrow morning, one will guide the whole, and will continue these asanas for at least an hour practice, because this is all boils down to Ayurvedic yoga therapy. And these are called tridoshik. Tridoshik means for all your doshas, for vata, pitta, and kapha, applicable for all 3. This is called a little meditation. And let me stop here. We'll come back, continue from here again. And let me see, where did we stop? Okay, I know where we stop. Let's go ahead, have a little lunch break. And I said, we'll be doing a little bit of milder, getting in and out. So we are going to take an extended lunch break. But this is not a lunch break. This is a part of your studies. You'll be eating and you'll be looking at your digestive process, and we will talk about it, what you ate, how you digest it. It's okay? All of you are ready for hopefully for a nice lunch. And from today onwards, your lunch will be your main meal. Any question? Any comments?
Just one question on the neti pot. The water, does it has to be distilled water? Is there particular distilled water?
Somebody's thinking. Great. This is the question I get. I'm all over the world. I've been to guest speaker, you name it. You can name a country, I've been there. Brazil, Argentina, Japan, China, India, all European countries. Any water which is a drinkable water is good enough for your nose. If you're a little concerned initially, you can use the distilled water. When I am not in United States, when I'm outside the country, I use a bottled water. But United States, water doesn't bother me. Initially, if you want, you can also do a boil the water, cool it to a little lukewarm and use it initially. But once you get used to, nothing will happen. Why not? Because your nose is extremely resistant. Think about you going to a public pool. We're in a public pool and take a dip. Do you know what went to inside your nose? You know what? Somebody may be pissing in the public pool. You have no idea. And look at the air we breathe. We're not talking about the United States. Look at Mexico City, or look at Beijing, or look at New Delhi in India. If you go there, when you breathe, next day when you do a Jalneti, you literally see the carbon particles are coming out. All the carbons are inside your nose. So I'm not really afraid at all. The water is drinkable. That water is good enough.
Okay. And
Very
the salt,
good question.
and the
Go ahead.
salt, what kind of salt?
Salt, I like to use a non-iodized salt. Iodine initially burns a little bit. And what I do, I just take it and I just take a little pinch. Like what happens, I have this thing, I carry it all the time with me. I put my salt. I tell you, very interesting, if you're traveling, we have not traveled in a long time, but when you're traveling, this white powder like a salt, they will confiscate you, TSA. This looks like a cocaine, it looks like a drug, So I have to show it to them. It is in a TSA approved container. I take it, literally what I do, I'll put a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's good enough. It's a salt I do. This is a non-iodized salt, a little lukewarm water. And I'd like all of you to start doing it. You'll be in heaven when you do it. It is so comforting, so relaxing. Initially, it might have a little bit of a unpleasant sensation, but essentially, and when your nose are clean, wow. And if you test it, close one nostril, breathe through one nose. Close the other one and breathe through one. You'll find one nostril is more open than another one. It changes every 90 minutes to 2 hours. And once you do an neti part, both the nostril will be completely open. Very good question. What else? Before we take a break. Okay.
What time do we need to be back on?